Jamal Niaz here with Jack Massey, ahead of an absolutely massive fight week for yourself. Career-defining fight week against Josie Parker. Now, a few weeks ago you were on a scaffolding site, weren't you, in Manchester, and you find out that news. Just talk me through that moment and how much of a quick change in career is this for you moving up to heavyweight as well?
You know, it's a massive opportunity. Like you say, the reality of it is 6 weeks ago I was on the scaffolding with my brother, -6, trying to close some money together for before Christmas, you know, just to buy, you know, presents for family and my missus or whatever. Got the phone call on the Friday, and you know, opportunity arose, and I took it with both hands. It was a straight yeah. So you can't turn down opportunities like this. You've got to go for it. It's going to be a tough ask. It's, you know, stepping up from cruiserweight to heavyweight. It's going to be a tough night for myself, but this is Josie Parker's my golden ticket, and I'm going for his scalp on the night.
Well, we see the Creed picture there, Creed 3. It's like a Rocky movie, this. The story of it that you just mentioned then, you know, Josie Parker was main eventing in this arena against Joyce only a few months ago, back in September. I don't want to say it's the perfect time to fight him coming off a loss, because you want to fight the guy in the best physical condition he can possibly be in. But what did you make of that performance against Joyce?
You know, it's a tough fight for himself, but I don't think you can go in there relying on these little, you know, these little things like, you know, it was a tough fight for himself, and you know, it might have changed it, but you can't go in there thinking about that. You got to go in there and be the best of yourself and do what you do best, and you know, it's going to be a good night.
Obviously you have a big local following for yourself, but you know, it was only a couple of years ago you were fighting in the Sheffield car park, and now you're in the arena. Just in terms of that step up to the big stage on the box office, I'm guessing you've been itching and scratching for this moment for a long time, so the nerves under the bright lights, they're not going to be as apparent because you've envisioned this moment for a long time.
Yeah, absolutely. You know, this has been a dream. You know, I've boxed at Manchester Arena previously, but not of this magnitude, and obviously on the undercard when there's not many people been in there. So it's what dreams are made of, and it's nothing new to me. But you know, when you're in that ring and the bell goes, you don't really take notice of, you know, the outside and what's going on the outside. So it's nothing new to me. But you know, after winning that IBO, it should have been, you know, straight up from there, and it should have been, you know, straight on these sort of shows. But unfortunately, it didn't happen. But it is what it is. Boxing can be a bit horrible at times, but it is what it is. You just got to knuckle down, stay focused, and these opportunities like this will come in the end.
You know, the financial ramifications from winning this fight as well are obviously massive, and you've mentioned that in the lead up to this. Is that the biggest incentive alongside the career ramifications as well? Because there's a big gap between where you were before and where you could be heading now in terms of the money you'd be making, and that's such a huge thing to secure the future for your family as well, isn't it?
Absolutely. You know, like I said, winning that IBO last year, I earned under £10,000 from boxing. You know, it's a joke. This boxing game is just a joke sometimes, and absolutely, you know, I've lost 2 titles. You know, them titles are gone, so you know, it is about the money now. Get through this fight. You know, I've got a bit of money backing me, and you know, on to the next fight, and then you look for those, you know, big title fights after that. So, which will arise. You know, get through this fight, win this fight. You know, you're looking at another top 10 heavyweight. You know, see who's there for the taking, and go from there.
Things could take off very, very fast, and it can be accelerated really quick with a win on Saturday night. Could be a couple more fights, and you could be headlining this arena, which is obviously one of the ultimate goals alongside a world title in either division. But heavyweight is where you want to stay for now, right?
Yeah, get through this fight. We stay at heavyweight. You know, if you know, worst comes to the worst, you know, I don't mind saying, you know, if we don't come through this fight, then we drop back down to cruiserweight and campaign at cruiserweight, and there's big fights to be made there. But I'm going for Josie Parker's scalp on Saturday night, and I'm going to get the win. I want the win.
Not to look past Joseph as well, but obviously we've been blessed with a kind of golden era for British heavyweights. So many stars at this weight class from this country. Are there any guys that you like to, you know, you're dreaming of after Josie Parker, or the sort of dream matchups in the immediate future? Because it opens the door to that top 10 immediately, doesn't it?
Listen, top 10, I'll be shouting them all out. Tyson Fury will be here later, I'll be shouting him out. I don't care, you know. It's even bigger ask, but you know, it's you beat one top 10, you got to go for another, aren't you? So it's keep the ball rolling.
An all Manchester showdown. That would be nice down the line, wouldn't it? Just holding the city on your back as well. You know, aside from Tyson, before that it was a long time before we've had anyone in the larger weight categories from this area of the country, isn't it?
Yeah, it's great, mate. But you know, for a fight like that, you know, 6 weeks is not enough. You know, I'd have to have a few months. You know, put a bit of muscle on, put a few pounds on. So yeah, definitely, mate. But Manchester boxing, that's where it's at the minute.
Good stuff. And final one, in terms of the stylistic matchup, do you see it descending into a war? Because Parker does seem to like going toe to toe and throwing down. He liked it with Joyce to a point when the fight ended, but he was happy to eat them shots and trade.
Listen, we'll see where we are in the fight. You know, I like going toe to toe myself. You know, I'm not going to mix it with him too much because you know he's a heavy-handed heavyweight, and you know we're not going to do anything stupid. You know, take unnecessary shots and you know put myself at risk. But you know I do like, and that's what it's all about. You know, boxing. I do like getting in there and putting a good show on for the fans. At the end of the day, it's all about pleasing the fans and putting on a good fight. So you'll definitely see some action on Saturday night. And
thoughts on the main event? How do you see that one going? It's a massive fight, isn't it?
Yeah, it's a big fight. It's exciting. You know, I'm hoping to be done and dusted out and watching it on the night. So it's I'm going for Smith. You know, it's a very tough ask for Smith. You know, Eubank's got it all, and he can take a shot. He's fast and he punches. But you know, I like Smith. You know, the Smiths as a family, they're all good guys. But I'm going for Smith.
Really appreciate your time, Jack, and best of luck on Saturday.